Why don't you go get a real job? I'm not marrying a bum. Why don't you go be a massage therapist, man? You're halfway decent at that. Look, like any husband in a successful relationship, I just do what I'm told.
There's my mistake.
You can be right or you can be married, right?
Yeah, you can be right or you can be married. It's your choice. So, I graduated from massage school in December 2007. I started one of the largest chains in October 2008. And when I was younger, I didn't always know what I wanted to do, but I definitely knew I didn't want to do it for somebody else my whole life. So from the very day that I started there, I made it my goal to get out. So I started going to people's homes, doing massage there on the side, trying to build my clientele. And honestly, it wasn't happening as fast as I would have liked. And it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was driving down the street one day, and I see a guy holding a sign. And, you know, he's killing it, man. I'm telling you, he's out there like, Little Caesars this way, you know. It was nuts. I was like, man, if I had a position in the company for that guy, I'd hire him right now. Same day, different street, I see another guy holding a sign. Except this time, he's sitting down on a crate. He's got the sign down by his feet, and it's pointed in the general direction to where the houses might be. He's texting on his phone. He's got this look on his face like, I deserve better than this. And this job is below me. And that resonated with me because that's how I felt at my current job. But then I said to myself, what the heck makes him think that he deserves better than this when he's not even doing his best right now?
Right.
So I decided to do my best. I started reading business books, self-help books, personal development, customer service, massage techniques, anything that I could get my hands on that would improve my skills so that I could better service my customers. And what that did was, the last 2.5 years that I was at my job, I was the #1 most requested therapist there every single month. Michelle always tried to compete with me. And that spilled over into my private clientele when I went from doing 1 to 2 massages a month sometimes to 7 to 8 a week in a matter of 5 months. And I started that on a consistent basis. And that finally gave me the confidence that I needed to go out on my own. So I started renting space inside of Flawless Silhouettes Wellness Spa, right over on Windmill and 215. And I started there with another therapist. My first month there, I did 18.5 hours. 13 months later in February again, I did 86.5 hours. And I built that just on word of mouth. I did no marketing, no advertising, no networking, so none of this, just word of mouth. And it was at that point that I decided to hire 2 therapists. So one of them is here today, Michelle. Is here today. But what is massage and why should you get one? That's a great question. Thank you so much for asking.
Why should I get massage?
Massage is just a simple laying on of hands to affect the muscles, tendons, ligaments, and connective tissue in order to reduce stress, pain, or tension. Now, honestly, I don't know why you guys should get one. Right? I only know why I get them. You know, as a massage therapist, I always knew the benefits of massage. Like, you know, it was good for pain relief and stress relief, and if I had a knot in my back that was causing me pain, it was good to get that out, and it felt good, right? But it wasn't until last July that I got a massage that completely changed the way that I thought about it. In April last year, I stopped getting massage for about 3 months. I wanted to test an oil called Past Tense by doTERRA, and it's supposed to be really good for headaches. I didn't want massage to be a factor in this. So while the oil worked great for my headaches, and I didn't have one for the whole 3 months, when normally I was getting them 1 to 2 times a week, I was still in pain. I was still sore. I was still stressed out. I didn't have a whole lot of energy. I didn't want to come to these groups most times, you know? Barely had energy to play with my son. You know, he'd come up to me and be like, Dad, let's go play. I'm like, hey man, let's play on the couch. How does that sound? I'm like, I don't want to get up, man. I was tired. I didn't want to help my wife with stuff around the house. I was in pain. But I got a massage on July 13th at 3:45 p.m. Michelle actually gave me a hot stone massage. And while I normally don't like falling asleep with massages because I want to feel it, I want to remember it, I passed out. I didn't remember anything, dude. I woke up, I was like, did you even do my back? She's like, yeah, man, I spent an hour on your back alone. I was like, I don't remember none of that. You know, that's exactly what I needed. I woke up that next day, and I was like, boom, baby, I'm back. For the next 3 days after that massage, I was more productive than I was in the previous 2 weeks. And I believe that massage makes me a better father. I believe that massage makes me a better husband. I believe it makes me a better business owner. And I believe getting them makes me a better massage therapist. And the reason is because I think most people go throughout their life and their priorities are all backwards. Right? And I used to think that massage was just good for pain and stress and it felt good. And now I think it's more about making myself a priority. Most people, their priority list looks like kids at the top of the list, right? We got kids, and then work, because you got to make money to support the kids. Then family, friends, and spouse. Those last three could be interchangeable depending on your relationship. And then you, always at the bottom. And you say things like, well, I would go get a massage, but you know, my kids need me to take them to this, or I told a friend that I would help them move, which nobody really wants to do. That's why we have moving companies.
Why I don't have a pickup.
Right? And they make up all these excuses like, well, I'll just get to it after I take care of this person, I'll take care of this, or I'll take care of that. And people applaud you for that. Right? They say, oh my God, you're so noble. You're so selfless. I wish I could be more like you. You always take care of other needs before your own. And I challenge that, and I say that is backwards. You see, I believe that there's a reason when you're on an airplane that they tell you to put that mask over yourself first. That's because if you don't properly take care of you, you will not be able to properly take care of the other people in your life. And I think that if you just take yourself from the bottom of that list, just a few notches to the top, it will completely change your health and it will completely change your life. Your priority list should probably look a little bit like this, with you at the very top, so that you actually have the energy to take care of everything at the bottom. And then your spouse, if you have one, and then believe it or not, kids after that, because let's be honest, my son, he only likes me for about 2 hours a day anyways. All the rest of the day we're fighting, he can't stand me. And then family, then friends, or work, family, friends. But if you take care of yourself first, you actually have the energy to take care of those other things in your life. You see, I had a client the other day, and she is a regular of mine. She's super busy with what she does. I'm not going to tell you what she does, but she's got clients booked constantly, back to back to back, barely ever gives herself a break. And she texts me, she's like, I need an appointment. With her schedule being busy, my schedule being busy, sometimes it's hard for us to coordinate if we don't do it in months in advance. So I told her I have an appointment on Monday, 3:45. She's like, oh man, I have a client, a new client that I was trying to get in. That's the only time she can come in. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to book her for like another 3 weeks. And I said, okay, you know, you can book the client if you want to. But if she comes in, is she actually going to be getting your best? Are you actually going to be giving her everything that you have? She said, no, I'm not. You know, if that client would have came in, she'd have been sitting there thinking about how she should be getting a massage right now the whole time. You know, she'd be focused on herself and her own pain because she wasn't taking care of herself. So that client's going to get subpar service and subpar care from her. Right? So she came in and she thanked me greatly. She said, thank you so much. I was able to rebook that client. And I think sometimes we think like, oh, this is do or die, now or never. If we get this person in, I can't do this right now for me. But that's just not the case, man. Things are going to work out. Now, there's all kinds of ways that you can make yourself a priority. Just so happens that massage is the best way that I know how. Right? I mean, you can go get your nails done, or you can go get a facial. I always recommend exercise, eating healthy, and drinking plenty of water. I like to call those the things that you need to do to have a good life. Essentials. But if massage is that thing for you, if that's what rejuvenates you and recharges you, whatever that thing is, you should do that. But if massage is that for you, we can help you with that. And we actually make it pretty easy. You see, we just created a membership. And it's $60 a month. And that gets you a 1 hour massage every single month, automatically. That means that you don't have to think about taking care of yourself anymore. It's just gonna be automatic every month. And for those of you who are like, well, you know what? Once a month isn't enough for me. I really like myself. And I'm gonna come in another time a month. Well, that membership is gonna get you $50 instead of $60 every single time you come in, as well as discounts on our aromatherapy and hot stone enhancements, which are just a few other ways that we help you to relax and rejuvenate just a little bit further than what our hands can do. Now, there's all kinds of massage places out here.